Hello and welcome into this week's episode of the Black and Gold Report. I'm John Gross. On today's show, we take a look back at some recent sporting events in the world of UNCP athletics. Plus, we hear from one of UNCP wrestling senior leaders as he wraps up his collegiate career. And we need your help to send a UNCP Brave athlete in to the national spotlight. All that and so much more coming up next right here on the Black and Gold Report. Now, we normally start all Black and Gold Report episodes by recapping the week that was in UNC Pembroke athletics. But today, a little bit of a different story because we need your help. Yes, we need all of you watching this to help us out. UNC Pembroke men's basketball forward Sean Kirk has been entered into the Dark Horse Dunker competition. He's one of 16 finalists competing in a fan vote head-to-head tournament-style competition. And the winner of this fan vote competition will advance to the National Collegiate Slam Dunk Contest, which airs on ESPN. Yes, you heard that right. Sean Kirk of UNC Pembroke men's basketball has a shot to make his way onto ESPN. Anyone who's been following UNCP men's basketball of the past year knows how incredible of a dunker Sean is. And now it's up to all of us to make sure that the country knows that as well. So make sure to visit darkhorsedunker.com to vote for Sean. First round voting is up now. And if you haven't seen any of Sean's dunk just yet and you need to be convinced, well, you can check out the highlight tape on the website, but we'll also roll the tape for you right here on the Black and Gold Report.
Now to look at this jam.
Yeah, see, that's a grown move right there.
Alley-oop to Kirk! Brother to brother! High flyer connection! 2 seconds to spare. Lassane, alley-oop to Sean Kirk!
Harris back in the zone. Oh, wow.
Sean Kirk will pick up the loose ball. Tyrell back to Sean, and the slam is good.
Now that you've all voted for Sean Kirk to make his way through the Dark Horse Dunker competition, let's take a look back at the week that was here at UNCP Athletics. And it was a relatively light week. We'll have plenty of highlights throughout today's show, but some of the events that we won't have highlights of: on Wednesday, a battle of two Peach Belt Conference heavyweights. UNCP men's basketball team, up to number 17 and number 20 in the national polls respectively, made the trip down to take on second place Lander. The Braves held a one-game lead heading into the matchup in the conference standings, and they pulled out an 81-66 victory on the road to complete the season sweep of the Bearcats. UNCP back on the road on Saturday at Augusta. UNCP's women's basketball team fell to Lander. This comes after a very close battle at North Georgia in a game that they led by 16 points with about 7.5 minutes to go. Nearly pulled off the upset against the Nighthawks and that North Georgia date as well. A big win for the UNCP men's squad. So the Braves sitting at the top of the Peach Belt Conference standings, while the UNCP Lady Braves are fighting their way to maintain their spot in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Baseball was in action on Wednesday, taking down Chowan to pick up another midweek victory. And now they open up Peach Belt Conference play this weekend down at Columbus State. Best of luck to all of our swimmers at the MEC Conference Swim championships still going on as we speak, so best of luck to all the Braves as they look to bring home some more hardware. And last but not least, congratulations to Joshua Chepkisir, who broke his 1-month-old school record in the 3,000 meter this past weekend at the Campbell City Invitational. He broke that record by 3 seconds en route to a top 10 finish in the 3,000 meter. UNCP Wrestling already claimed its first MEC championship in its very first season as a member of the Mountain East Conference, but their 2020 campaign is not done quite yet. Earlier this week, they took on Spartanburg Methodist College in a midweek battle. Let's take a look at how it all went down as the Braves look to keep things rolling as they wrap up the regular season slate and make their way into NCAA regional competition.
It's senior day on the campus of UNC Pembroke as the Braves take on the Pioneers of Spartan Methodist University.
Back to the cradle. Got the 4 count. Might keep him there for the pin, so he didn't get it.
Saliga again, just a freshman with a 9-6 overall record this year.
That is a score either, because he probably would have let him up. But here's on a double. He's going to finish 2 angle. 1. Going for the leg. Oh, stuck him. There it is. That's going to be a fall for Jonathan Miller.
And there's a pin. Jonathan Miller.
Doesn't get it. Goes for it again. Now he's got it. It's like
Currently up 2-0 over Dante Williams.
He's got to turn. Close to the fall there. He's going to get his 4. There he goes. Just got to squeeze that up. Oh. Just going to sit there. There's his fall. Number 100 is Tyler McCosey.
Congratulations to Tyler McCosey getting the pin here and win number 100 for his Braves career.
Back to another scramble. He's got to watch out for danger points. Sammy's got him on his back. He got caught there. Sammy's got him flat. That's a pin.
Got him in a headlock too.
Yeah, he's got that reverse half. He's done. That's a pin. He's got him flat. That's a fall for Caleb Warner. Well, he's got to watch how he doesn't get caught.
Oh.
So he's going to roll again, though. That's got the reverse half. He's going to sit there and squeeze.
A slew of points for Matt Engel, and it's
Yeah, physical guy is already in on a single there. He's got a quick 2 was just 2. Oh, the nice duck shot there.
but a handful.
Another duck there. Another 2. Ooh, that was filthy looking.
Record of 16-33,
Yeah,
and this year a 3-6 overall record.
Joe's got the tilt going. If you want to talk about a guy with heart. And that's going to conclude the night here at the bank.
Off of a 60-0 victory in a dual meet against Spartanburg Methodist. Coach, first of all, your overall thoughts on how your side performed today.
I mean, it's bittersweet. Obviously, we did it against UNCP alum Juan Stimson's team. So it's bittersweet. Obviously, you know, you're with a guy for a long time. Known Juan since he was 12 years old, and you know, I've watched him grow as a man, and you know, for him to be in the position that he's in, running his own program, and obviously coming here and giving us a chance to see his guys that we're gonna most likely recruit quite a few of them. You know, again, like I said, it's bittersweet, and but you know, at the end of the day, you know, he knows what it takes to be a champion, and you know, and that's why he's bringing his guys here to compete. So it was a good match. You know, our guys wrestle well, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's bittersweet. So it's one of those ones where you try not to celebrate it too much, but you feel for your guy, but at the same time, it's a tough sport, and you got to go out there and take care of business.
And as OT just mentioned, in high school, you finished with 99 wins. Tonight, you pick up your 100th. How gratifying is that for you?
Super gratifying. I'm so thankful. I honestly, I questioned whether I wanted to wrestle in college. I remember losing my state finals match as a senior. Ended my career with 99 wins, and I texted Coach O.T. right there, said I want to come to Pembroke. You know, I think I have some unlocked potential. I think I can do it, and you know, it might be hard. You know, my freshman season, I finished with 17 wins, and there's been plenty of times where I looked up at my goals, or I've been sitting thinking about my goals, and I thought, man, this is impossible. I'm never going to get there. But you know, with a lot of faith and a lot of persistence and a lot of support, it happened, and I'm super thankful I got to do it on senior night too. So all that support I was able to give back to it. You know, our home crowd, my family came, my parents are here, everyone that's ever helped with just one of those wins. You know, it was awesome to do it senior night in front of a home crowd.
On Monday, the day prior to UNCP's Senior Day Wrestling dual meet against Spartanburg Methodist, senior wrestler Tyler McCosey, who we just heard from in the press conference after the dual meet, penned a heartfelt letter to his fellow senior wrestlers in the UNCP squad. And rightfully so, the video got some serious traction on social media. So we have it here for you on the Black and Gold Report as well.
Dear seniors, this might be the worst introduction to any letter you've ever heard, because I honestly have no idea where to begin. I can't believe time has flown by this fast, and we're preparing to wrestle our last home dual meet soon. We all come from different backgrounds, high schools, and even states, but I'm so thankful the sport has brought us all together at UNCP. Wrestling has been the base of our lives for as long as we can remember, and as the sand in our hourglasses run out, I wanted to take the time to thank you guys and to symbolize how special this experience has been. The senior class of 2020 is unique because we've experienced so much during our times here. We've been able to hoist 2 conference championship trophies while also seeing teams walk away 1 point better than us at regional and national tournaments. We've upset tough teams in duels, and have also been tested by less ranked opponents. We've dealt with pretty much everything the sport of wrestling is known for. The injuries, the long days, the grueling training sessions, the extreme weight cutting, the devastating defeats, and the uncertainty of whether or not we would ever make it as college wrestlers. But because of all this adversity and the support from each other, we have finally made it. In less than a day, our time as a dual meet squad will come to an end, and within the next 30 days, all of our careers will be over, and we will move on to the next chapter of our lives. But what will most definitely never end is the friendships we built during our time here at UNCP. I wanted to write this letter to both congratulate you guys for making it this far, but also to say thank you. I want to thank you guys for teaching me what it was like to be part of more than a team, and that the term family does not at all mean blood related. I will forever be grateful that I had the opportunity to come to college and go through this crazy, challenging, yet extremely fun experience with you guys. Thanks for making my collegiate athletic experience far better than what I ever dreamed it would be. And I think I can also speak on behalf of the entire senior class of 2020 that we are beyond ready to show out at our last home dual meet. We are all excited to finish out the season strong and try to bring a regional and national championship trophy home to UNCP. And most importantly, until the day we all die, we are brave tough. See you at the duel.
Prior to its midweek defeat of Chowan, UNCP's baseball team took on its second consecutive PSAC opponent for a weekend series. After claiming a 3-game series against Shepherd to open up the 2020 campaign, the Braves played host to Lock Haven. Here's how it all went down.
Good afternoon and welcome to a beautiful day here in Pembroke, North Carolina, as the Braves will start a doubleheader between the Lock Haven Bald Eagles. Swing and a miss in the first strikeout of the day for Randy Floyd. Another K, back-to-back Ks for Randy Floyd. The pitch lifted to the left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Back-to-back singles back-to-back base runners for the Braves, and the second hit of the day, courtesy of Ethan Balcom. Last year's squad. 1-2, lifted in the air to shallow left field. Hidman makes the catch. Tagging from third is Hammonds, and there will be no throw. A sac fly RBI for Bobby Dixon, and the Braves are on the board. 2-2, lifted in the air to left field. Going back is Hidman to the wall, and that ball is out of here. A 2-run home run by Alex Simpson, his second of the season. And just like that, the Braves are back in this game down by 1. One lifted past the jumping first baseman Lowen. Touching home with ease is Trevor Clemens and Ethan Balcom with an RBI single, getting the Braves on the board. The pitch ripped through the right side of the infield. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Gelfie. Holding at second base is Littleton, and the RBI single for Trevor Clemens. And the Braves up now 2-0. 2. Ripped to the second baseman, past the diving Lawler. Scoring from second base is Littleton. The throw to the plate is offline. Back-to-back RBI singles by Mobley and Clemens, and the Braves match their run total in game number 1. It's 3-0. Fly ball, left center field. Going back is Lipton Waller, and it hops off the rail. Standing at second base with a 1-out double is Jared Mobley. 2-pitch. Lifted to left field. That will be dropping for a base hit. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. 3 runs score. Rounding and sliding into third with a 3-run RBI triple is River Ryan. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and the game is over. Braves have evened the series with a rubber match tomorrow. Welcome to Sammy Cox Field, home of the Braves. The rubber match of this 3-game series between the Lock Haven Bald Eagles and your Braves of UNC Pembroke. Payoff pitch. On the outside corner, a called strike 3. Takes a deep breath. Here's the 1-2. Chopper. It will be past Moores at second base, and Trevor Clemens leads this game off for the Braves with a single. Chopper to the shortstop, Troutman to second. He bobbled it, and he's safe. Clemens comes home, and we are tied at 1. This choice by Balcom. His pitch is lifted to right field, and it will be dropping in front of Cutchy for a base hit. RBI single for River Ryan, and the Braves have taken the lead 2-1. Payoff pitch. Line to left field is going to drop in front of Hideman for a base hit. Coming home to score is Trevor Clemens, an RBI single for Gage Hammonds, and it is now a 4-2 lead for the Braves, the first hit of the series for Gage Hammonds. 2-0. Line drive, left field, going back is Hideman, and that is gone. Goodbye! Another home run for Ethan Balcom. One for 2 today with a single. He rips this pitch into right field for a base hit. 1 run scores, and an RBI single for Jared Mobley extends the Braves lead to 8-2 last night. The 1-0 to Ryan. Line to left field's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run's going to come home to score, and another RBI single for River Ryan, his second in this game, and it is 9-2 Braves. Off speed, line to right center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. 3 runs are going to score. A 3-run RBI double. And the first hit of this series for Connor Granger. Pitch. Ground ball to Ryan. This should do it. And the Braves have won back-to-back weekend series to start the season, moving their record to 5-2.
Coming off of an 18-4 win to wrap up a 3-game series against Lock Haven, your thoughts on your side's performance today?
I thought we came out, we set a tone early. We got out in front, we stayed out in front. Had a huge, 5th inning there when we scored 9 runs, and the game was put away at that point. And from 6th inning on, we just kind of both sides just kind of playing it out.
18 runs, obviously tremendous amount of offense for you guys. Was there a difference in approach that you preached to your players before today's game at all?
Well, we've been struggling offensively all season, and so we have been working really hard trying to get ourselves back locked in the way we're supposed to be. So we're going to continue to work on it. We're not going to give up on it. We're just got to keep trying to basically fix a few things that we're doing wrong at the plate. And once we get those things ironed out a little bit, then we should be good.
On Wednesday, UNCP softball welcomed in-state opponent Queens to UNCP softball fields. Here are the highlights of the doubleheader matchup between the Braves and the Royals. It's a doubleheader today between in-state opponents as the UNC Pembroke Braves play host to the Queens Royals as we move things along in the non-conference portion of the Braves slate. And center. One shown, pop back, what a snag by Adcock, throw to first in time. Double play. 5-0 Edge. The 3-2 gets Hunt swinging and missing. And White does her job, sits down the only batter she faces. And that ends game one. 5-0 the final. Queens with 4 home runs to score those 5 runs as they take game one of today's doubleheader. We'll get things started for game 2 of today's doubleheader after Queens secured a 5-0 victory over UNC Pembroke in the first game. We'll see if the Braves can respond by splitting today's doubleheader. Hatton went 1 for 3 at a bunt single and drew a walk as Leviner starts off game 2 with a 3-pitch strikeout. Brummett hits it well to center, and it's over the outstretched arms of Wilson. Being waved around third, headed towards home, and scoring is Jordan Adcox. It's an RBI double. Well, the Braves leader in RBIs. Tatum Brummett coming through in the first inning. Towering fly ball to right, taking Hilburn towards the line as she dives, and did she make that catch? Yes! Lauren Hilburn. Hunt on third, Valker second. She's the go-ahead run. Wilson on first. And a 3-1 pitch. Popped to the left. Biddle makes the catch. They're going to send the runner home. Throw from Biddle is in time. Emily Biddle on the money to turn 2. It's the grab to end the game. An extra inning victory for the Queens Royals as they complete the 2-game sweep of your UNC Pembroke Braves. Coach, coming off of a sweep against the Queens Royals, what'd you make of those 2 games?
Just tough. One thing we're really trying to work on is we're going to give up runs and we're going to have issues. You know, we're not going to shut everybody out. We got close to that in the second game, but we've got to put pressure back on other defenses, and we've been talking about that for about 3 games. Is when they score, we've got to respond. When they score, we've got to respond, and we just got to do a better job of stringing hits together instead of getting them on with 2 outs. We've got to do that earlier, and we've just got to put more pressure on teams or respond a little bit better than what we have been right now.
Yeah, pitching really picked up in that second game, right. Especially. What did you make of both Mallory and Abby's performance in the? Oh,
I thought they gave us a gem. You know, I mean, they only scored runs in the ITB and in 7th inning. I think when you give up 1 run, you should be able to win the game. I just absolutely thought they crushed it today. I thought, we struggled in the first game for sure, but we can cut that out. We can cut down the walks, and we can do better with our control. But just in general, I thought Abby and I thought Mallory threw a gem today, and I think when you throw that well, we should put the W behind you.
And finally, we continue our exclusive interview with UNCP soccer head coach Lars Anderson as Dave Nguyen continues our Meet the Brave segment.
When you finish up 4 years at Reinhardt, you also get a call from your alma mater in Cumberland to coach the women's soccer team. What made you want to take on that opportunity?
I had never considered coaching women because that's not something that I'd ever done. And it was my alma mater, and I had strong emotions regarding my alma mater. I met my wife there. I had 3 of the best years of my life there. I felt like that school had given me so much, and they reached out to me. And actually, the person that reached out to me was the assistant athletic director at the time, Julie Hill. I'd gone to school with Julie, so she was a friend of mine. And she had contacted me, and I said, I'm not interested, but can I do anything to help you? And I thought a couple of days later, I called up and I said, hey, how did that search pan out? Is there anything I can do? And she said, oh, we found our candidate. And I said, oh, great, who is it? And she said, it's you. And I said, Julie, I told you I'm not interested. And she said, well, you don't know that until you come up here. So I said, I had a discussion with my wife, and she said, let's go up there and take a look at it. And what really sealed the deal for me was I met that team, and they wanted success, and they'd had a lot of success, but they wanted to take that next step. And they had some really strong personalities, Christy Brush, Nikki Bull, Barbie Yurchison, some of these players that I still, I just get a smile on my face when I think about how hard those kids worked. And they wanted more. They wanted to succeed. And I could sense that. And for me, it doesn't matter if it's women's soccer or men's soccer. It's about the game. It's about the players. And I sense that together we could accomplish something.
Before we wrap up today's show, let's take a look ahead to next week in UNCP athletics. This weekend, the Conference Swimming Championships continue and wrap up at Canton, Ohio. Today, the men's and women's track and field squads will head to the VMI Indoor Classic. This weekend, UNCP baseball opens up its Peach Belt Conference slate, taking on Columbus State. UNCP men's and women's basketball in action down at Augusta for a couple of big battles. The women's game starts at 1:30 with the men taping off at 3:30. You can listen in to both of those matchups live on the UNCP Sports Network. On Sunday, softball returns home, a doubleheader against Catawba. Monday and Tuesday, golf back in action at the Lady Mock Classic down in Lakeland, Florida. And also on Tuesday, softball heading to Wingate for a doubleheader. Baseball at Barton off in Wilson, North Carolina for a 2 p.m. first pitch also on Tuesday. And then a big night on Neon Night. Next Wednesday, basketball doubleheader. USC Aiken, wear neon, be loud, be proud as UNCP hosts USC Aiken. Women's game tips at 5:30. The men getting things set at 7:30. Nothing going on Thursday, but then Friday and Saturday back with some action baseball. Home for its first home conference series of this season, hosting USC Aiken. Men's and women track and fields head to the Mountain East Conference Championships. And then swimming in action at the Royal Open that is in Charlotte.